Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the freaking internet. 'Tis I, the Fat Viking Knight, as always, coming to you from another episode, and this time it's a little different. If you hadn't heard the announcement yet, we are switching to a new system for videos, and that is one video a week every Sunday, starting last Sunday, I guess. Anyway, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're doing a lot of things this episode, including what we're doing now, which is digging out a slime chunk. Later, we'll be caving, making some trees, doing a little bit of terraforming, ripping some stuff out, putting some stuff back in. It's going to be a great episode, yes. So, let's go. Let's get right into it and see what we can do. Lot of progress made in that very, very short time span. That was over 2 hours of footage, condensed down into about 4 freaking minutes. That's pretty crazy, not gonna lie. It's not something that I usually do, and it's something that I don't know how much we will do of it, but it was so you could get the gist of just about each and every one of the pieces that we did. from the mining to the digging out the slime farm to some frogs being gastified in the nether, all of those things happened rapidly in quick succession. But I thought it was a pretty good way to get into our first episode here for the new weekly schedule that we have going on, right? I don't know. Let me know what you think. And obviously, there's still a lot more to go in this episode. We'll make it probably about 20 ish minutes, 25 minutes. I don't know how many recorded videos we're going to go through, but I guess we'll find out together, won't we? Certain that that was probably a lot to digest there in a very short time span. We kept jumping around, the camera kept changing, the music was bopping, all the things were happening. And what we did basically in that sped up kind of time lapse, where we kept everything the same speed, but we then chopped up the frames into making them into some kind of sequential order, which may or may not be out of order based on how I did it. But what we're doing here, if you didn't already know, is we are currently chopping out this entirety of this bastion here. We need it gone because we would like to have our frog-light farm below be as efficient as possible, and I can't really start building on this if there is if there is a bastion here. So, step 1, eliminate the bastion. Step 2, probably build something pretty here and dig out the surrounding area as well. And we're going to try and incorporate both our wither farm and our frog light farm into our frickin' our nether hub. I think that will be pretty cool. Usually I don't do nether hubs of this size, this scale, but I think it'll work just fine. So we're going to go back into another quick time lapse here where we have a lot more to frickin' mine. Let's go. And just like that, we're back again. Yes. This video may be horribly out of order. And if so, I do so apologize for that because I may have messed up in numbering some of my episodes. And so things that were previously done are now done again in rapid succession. I don't know. We're just kind of going with it, and hopefully in the future I will come up with a better system of actually doing this so that this doesn't happen again and we simply get progress instead of regression, which is something we won't, you know. Anywho, we are working on our embankment right now. It's important to get all of these things crispy and looking real nice. Because the more you do, the more you can really get away with in some of these concepts here. And it truly is the little things in these Minecraft episodes that make the details, that make your whole city or whatever it is you got come to life in a way that no other real thing can do. It's weird to say, but it is 100% the truth, and it's just how it goes sometimes, right? So, I think we are doing a pretty good job thus far. No idea as to how much is actually been done. No idea where we started, where we ended with this episode so far. But, you know, we're just going to progress on and hope for the freaking best, let me tell you. So, we'll be back with either my soothing voice or something in just a moment with a little bit of an update of what the hell we're doing, because that is kind of important in the grand scheme of this episode. What are we doing? Here we go again, just gathering some carrots, going and checking the iron farm, flying around because I get bored, trading with some freaking villagers for their emeralds. Poof, we're back over here. Now we're chopping the mangroves, getting some wood, getting some leaves. Oh yeah, nice. Nice. That juicy leaf that we're getting. Oh yeah. It's a really weird thing to do voiceovers in this capacity because I never really know what the hell I'm doing. Like, I watch it, but I also am not really watching it, and then we're just kind of going. So we're building our newest edition of the tree family over here. Lots of leaves, a big sturdy base. All of these things are really, really nice. We still have to do the bottoms of all of these trees though, and that is going to take a fair bit of time. But you know how we do. We're just gonna keep on rolling, and see what we can come up with. Now we're gonna go into our next little time lapse, and we'll see you guys in just a moment. Just like that. What a beautiful view. It's looking really, really spicy right now. This is one of the best builds I think I've done in quite some time, not counting the previous forest that we attempted via the Twitches, and not really any on YouTube ads whatsoever. But I still have the world, still hardcore, still living it up. I think we're doing well though. This area is quickly becoming one of my favorites. The last season we had something that was really cool just because of the rules that we had, and it made it such a unique building challenge. This one, even with the rules in place that I have, that I still won't tell anyone until they guess it, I am having a lot of fun. And we're following all of these rules too. You just don't know it because you don't know what the rule is yet. But we are having such a good freaking time with it. We are having to get so many resources, which I'll probably have to share with you very soon, because I can tell that it is so many freaking resources at this point already, and that is pretty freaking nuts, to be honest. I'd be curious myself as to how far we've gotten with some of these, because I imagine it's quite a lot. We still have thousands of trees to build, don't get me wrong. It is going to be a long freaking time before we are able to do anything of that nature. But you can kind of see me walking around and then figuring out, oh, okay, well, you can actually see that house right there. I don't really want that. So I've decided to put a house to block that bit of the view. So the intentional purpose behind a lot of this base is you can't see things head on. You can only see things from one particular angle, and that's exactly how I want it to be. So you kind of have to come up through the pathway here to be able to see that the house is even there to begin with. And I think that is a really, really cool, unique perspective that I don't usually do, but one that I'm very excited to continue to do. It also kind of helps me with one thing too. It makes it so I don't fully have to build every single aspect of every single house, because we can simply cover it up with a tree or two, and then you can't see whatever side that I don't want you to be able to see. If it doesn't have as much detail, or if it doesn't, it doesn't meet the criteria, or anything like that, we can simply hide it with these big, sprawling trees. And I think that is a really, really cool design for it, too. Makes it so everything is very perspective-based and very skewed perception as well. So if I don't want you to be able to see it, guess what? You are not going to be able to see it unless you are physically walking the pathway and you are looking at it from the one spot that I want you to see it. And that is truly how we're going about this whole build, which I think is really kind of cool. It kind of plays with the eyes and tricks the eyes into thinking that there's something there. And you know there is, I know there is, but we will not be able to identify that together. So that is really, really cool. Anyway, we're going to go into our final time lapse for the video, and then we'll go from there. with that, our final time lapse of the video has been completed, and you may not know it just by looking at the video, just by kind of watching or hearing what you are looking at here. But we have gone through, no joke, over 8 hours of footage in this short time frame. Granted, everything that I do is recorded, so I can decide what can go in and what can be scrapped, but 8 freaking hours. This is bigger than any episode I have made thus far, and I can only tell that it's probably going to get bigger from here, because I want to do more, and just push the boundaries as hard as I can, as fast as I can, and try to get everything in the exact way that I want it to be. We have a lot more to do here and a lot more things to extract from it. You can see how about each tree takes me roughly 15 to 20 minutes because they're so large. They take so many different resources. Each one takes so freaking long. These are nothing like the other trees that I've done for my other forests, where they're very simplistic and very easy to do because they do not have many branches. It's simply like bing, bang, boom, boom, done. And we will add some of those, but the majority of this forest is going to be these big freaking mother trees. Not to mention, we still are in the background collecting resources for our redwoods that I want to make 10 of those freaking babies on. And it's going to be a really cool thing once we are able to get it in there. But it's taken a long time to get even the amount of resources that we need for it, because it is a freaking lot. But as this video has taken a little bit more effort than all the other videos required, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you like, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you hated, what you did like. All those things help me to produce an even better video in the future. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, ciao.